So yeah, very briefly, I think I've vaguely explained what's going on, but that their father, Rachel and Robert's father, has taken them to the library where he works. They don't know why, and he has shown them and given them this magical book. It's in the rare books room, and it's called the Book of Stolen Dreams. And it's late at night. They're about to escape back from the library. And remember, the kids are not allowed to be out because Malstein, the tyrant, does not allow children outside the house at all, except to go to school. So it's all very dangerous. And they're about to leave with the book. It's all going tremendously well, and then this happens. That's when they saw the soldiers through the window. They were right by the side door outside, and Rachel saw to her horror that the soldiers had picked something up, Felix's tram ticket. Her father must have dropped it with the second iron key when he was trying to open the door. Her father turned very pale. Robert froze. Rachel didn't dare breathe. Felix silently gestured for them to follow him, back away from the side door. They returned into the main hall and cut down a long corridor. It was almost completely dark. Robert took Rachel by one hand as she held tight to the Book of Stolen Dreams with the other. Her father quickly ushered them past more rooms, past ancient civilizations and Greek myths, towards another exit to the library. But when he tried it, it was locked. He desperately tried the keys, but none worked. As Felix tried to force the last key into the inappropriate lock, he dropped the whole bunch and they rang out on the stone floor. They heard soldiers cry out, "This way! I heard a ringing. They're inside." Felix grabbed his children and they ran down another corridor. Felix knew the building by heart, and amidst her panic and terror, Rachel felt a surge of hope that this one fact, that her father had worked in this building and loved this building for so many years, must mean something. This building was his friend. Now Felix was leading them down steps into a basement area full of forgotten storage space. Old books, ruined and beyond any reading, lay in strange, abandoned rooms. They ran past empty trolleys that needed fixing, glass cabinets that were no longer fit for purpose. Felix dragged his children with him. The soldiers' footsteps could be heard above amidst cries of, "Separate! Reach every floor! Man all the doors!" Felix suddenly stopped. Rachel looked around her. They'd reached a dead end. He was trying another door, but it was no use. Locked. All locked. Her father cursed as she had never heard him curse. "Dad, look." It was Robert, and he was looking up to the top of the basement wall at a small ventilation grate. Daylight trickled weakly through. Yes, the ventilation shaft. Why didn't I think of it? Her father's eyes darted around the room, and in seconds he'd found a rickety old wooden ladder used to reach high shelves and had placed it under the grate. He climbed up, pulled the grate off, and leaped down. "You first, Robert." Robert climbed the fragile ladder and lifted himself up and through the grate. His feet disappeared through the narrow gap. "Now you, Rachel, take the book." Rachel felt her feet move within her brain, without her brain being involved. She felt her father lift her. She clutched the Book of Stolen Dreams tight with one hand, as with the other she grabbed and felt Robert's hand pull her through into the dusty and cramped ventilation shaft. It led diagonally up and away, above the basement ceiling, to a glimmer of light far ahead. "Go, children," Felix whispered, urging them onwards. "But Dad, you can make it too," Robert pleaded. But their father just looked at them with a strange ferocity. "Listen to me carefully. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock precisely, take the book to the corner of Heine and Hopkins Streets. A man called Solomon will be there reading a newspaper and wearing a white flower in his lapel. Give the book only to him. Until then, keep it safe. Tell no one you've taken it, not even your mother, for she will try to hand it over to the police to get me back. And that must not happen. Promise me." There was a seriousness in his eyes, a look that Rachel had never seen before. Rachel promised. Robert just looked horrified. Felix lowered his voice to a quiet murmur, his eyes burning. "This book contains more secrets than you know. Now go." And without further discussion, Felix grabbed the grate, replaced it in the ceiling, jumped down, and kicked the ladder far away from where it might indicate any escape, just as soldiers rushed into the room.